So, Marcus, you seem to be pretty peeved about this one, so why don't you go ahead and introduce this one for us?
Um, I guess I'll be talking on the beloved Master Race, PC Master Race. Sony here has come out with, or at least it's a third party controller made by some.
It's third part. I believe it's third party. I mean, it says Nori, or is this Hori on it? I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. But anyways, there's a third party, not controller, keyboard and mouse coming out for the PlayStation 4. Now it's not a full keyboard. It's just this little dinky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7, 8,
we'll have the picture up of it.
16 key keyboard with a mouse. This makes no sense to me, especially because it's coming out at 120 US dollars. This and like before we started this conversation, Taylor here was doing the math. And what Taylor, what were you about to say?
How much are PS4s now? Are they 350? Are
400.
they about 350?
I don't know. I don't even know.
They're 400.
400 still? All right. What game? All right. Let's say, give me any first-person game that you would buy for a console.
Call of Duty, since they have the thing now.
Call of Duty, newest one.
Sure.
All right. So what? $60 still.
Yep.
Um.
This is coming out in November.
So now, depending on where you live, because tax here is 0.7 on the dollar.
We have
It's about the same here.
7%. 120, 460. That's 580. So you spend about $600.
Plus
My computer
Plus,
without
if you're an elite gamer that needs something like this, you're gonna have the membership. So that's like what? What is that? Like $20 if you want to play it for a couple months. Yeah.
Too. You're gonna have a headset, so that's another $100 depending on how much. So you're looking at maybe 700-800 at the most. My
With
PC
that-
costs. Hold on, wait. My PC costs without all the frilly like second monitor, the light up keyboard, and all this nonsense. Cost about 800. Remember, Marcus, you helped me with it. It cost about $800, 850. Spend a little extra money. You're getting. No, I'm not. I'm not really. You know me. I'm not a big PC Master Race kind of guy. But I give credit where credit's due. You're gonna get much more out of your money for a PC than you will for a console. Spend $120 on that.
alone.
What is the point? Because you're
There's-
gonna get much more value out of a PC. You plug that in, you're basically throwing your money away.
Like,
Oh wait, the keyboard has arrows as well as a snipe key, so I guess you click it and it snipes for you. Whatever the hell that
that's
is.
that's
A
MLG
quick
rated.
key.
The quick scoping
I
key.
go the quick scope. The 360 no scope key.
Listen,
and
listen.
it will get this and a walk key. What does that mean?
as opposed to running, I guess it like goes at a slower
Are you
speed. It must be
serious?
like as opposed to tilting the thing all the way forward, you're just kind of barely pushing the stick.
And
But
then
they
not
probably
only that,
have to
but
implement that
The
in.
people who own consoles aren't gonna have the 90% of the people that I see have owned consoles. They don't have spaces set up to slay a mouse and keyboard on.
No.
They don't even have the setup that would allow
No.
you to do that.
Mm-mm. Most people have it
Not
hooked
even
up
me.
to
Like,
a traditional
I got a
TV.
big gap between.
Like, it makes no sense. You can spend. It's already been done multiple times. You can spend $500 to $600. You'll get a PC that outperforms either Xbox One or PlayStation 4 with the functionality of a mouse and keyboard, and you'll be saving a lot of money at this point. Don't have to pay for.
Well, I
multiplayer.
don't think this conversation needs to come down to console versus PC. I just think it comes down to this piece of hardware that was designed to emulate a PC that doesn't really have a purpose.
Nothing needs to come down.
If you want to use a mouse and keyboard, you should get a PC. You shouldn't use a mouse and keyboard on a console.
Exactly.
It defeats the point. The console is supposed to be a sit on the couch with a controller, play
It's
experience.
just an easy hookup. That's all it is.
Exactly.
And then you're set for the next what? Well, at this rate, we're going like 5-6 years for console life.
It used to
but
be 10.
6 to 10 years, so that way you don't need to upgrade or do anything. The games are it's the games that get better, not your console.
Exactly.
Now, yeah, the PC is gonna get at the end of its life cycle. It's gonna be much more, efficient. But on a side note, are you seeing these comments? This guy, and I quote,
Oh,
"It's
no.
great and all, but I won't give this user unfair. I won't get. It's great and all, but won't this give user an unfair advantage and decimate people who use traditional controllers?"
That is true, though. That is something that people always say is that
I can't read. So.
using using mouse and keyboard because like the mouse is a lot more precise.
And
versus-
this guy's saying he plays FPS games better with a controller than THEN. That's wrong. Than a keyboard and mouse setup. Now you may because you're used to it more, but at the end of the day, a mouse is much more precise. No matter what you say, I don't.
It definitely is.
Not because again, I'm not saying PC Master Race, but you're with a I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
For me, it comes down to certain things though.
precise.
I have to use like a controller for like zombies. I refuse to play that with a mouse
I
and
hate
keyboard setup.
keyboard mouse I have to use right now. I hate it.
It might be better on a like mouse and keyboard setting, but I think a lot of people enjoy that sit at your couch controller type thing, and I just don't see stuff like this doing very well. It's a very small market that they're shooting towards, and with a $120 price tag, that just shrinks the market even further that they're aiming at. So, any other thoughts to add?
On the
Why does
part-
it have a D-pad?
I have no idea.
Because a controller has a D-pad, so they had to throw it on there for functionality's
They
sake.
probably still use the same stuff on it as
It has
like you
arrow
do.
keys.
Like the only thing I have to say is probably on the note of giving it an advantage. Like on PC, people have the option to use controller and mice, and they just deal with it. So either they'll just deal with it on console. People will use the mouse and keyboard combo. If they have the money to use it, yes, you might get an advantage for precision. Or if you're just that good with the controller, it might not make it that much of a difference. Like I don't know. It's I don't necessarily say it gives you a advantage. I think maybe it's just a bit easier at first.
Preference.
But I think it's preference.
Here's another thought. Console games don't support keyboard mouse functionality.
No, and that's another thing. Someone made something similar for the Xbox 360, and what it does is it doesn't emulate how a mouse works. It emulates a controller joystick. So even though you're moving the mouse, it still moves off an axis. So it's not exactly like a mouse.
Yeah, it's not gonna work exactly like a mouse. You probably wouldn't even be able to navigate a lot of the menus. That's probably why you have to have stuff like the D-pad. Like you won't even be able to do a lot of stuff.
So what they'll have to do is either have to code specifically for keyboard and mouse controls on console games specifically, or they're gonna have to do a one-size-fits-all thing, and they'll be moving off an axis, which will just be terrible because there's delay and there's mouse lag or mouse latency, and that like you can look up the review on YouTube. I saw it, and people are like, "This isn't the way to play. Just use a controller." So
You know what? What I've just realized now is like $120 is like how much I got from my keyboard. Not mean a little bit more, and you're getting literally a quarter.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're getting a little chunk of the keyboard. That's
You're
what.
getting a tiny.
and we don't even know if this has mappable
I almost don't know why they didn't just make a full keyboard, because like if you have the keyboard sitting in front of you, you would be able to type messages to people. It would be great. I think it would be great for stuff like MMOs, like Elder Scrolls Online. That would be a good thing to have because you can type to people if you don't want to voice chat with. I don't even know how that works, but that seems like something that you would want to have if you're playing an MMO is a full keyboard. So I don't know. It just seems a very small market to me.
I think this would be
Right.
more viable on Xbox One, seeing that it's already going to be running Windows 10.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you exactly what this is. This is another one of those gimmicks to get people's money. That's what it is.
Yeah.
People think it's cool. Oh, you got keyboard and mouse.
Sure.
My console. No, well, you're dumb.